My name is Daniel Lopez Jr. They used to call me Grizz, and I used to be a North Daniel.
Changes. It is time to make changes.
Together, we can be the change.
Change starts with us.
Starts with us.
With us.
With us.
With us.
Change begins with me.
Begins with me. Right here, right now.
Together, we can be that change.
Improving our community takes effort from me and you. Together, we can make 2021 the year of changes.
Because change starts with us. Let us be the change.
Be the change for us.
It's time for changes.
My name is Daniel Lopez Jr. They used to call me Grizz, and I used to be a North Daniel, and I was just born and raised into it, and it was just, I didn't have a choice. I was born into it, basically. And I felt like it was fun to do. It was a rush. You know, I enjoyed it. It was a must. Like, I felt it was a must to do. You know, I didn't have older role models to tell me, don't do it, it's bad for you, or any of that. I had older cousins that were in it, and I wanted to be just like them. I wanted it maybe even worse than what it was, you know. You know, drive-bys on my house, you know, windows getting broken out, gang fights in the middle of the street, the stores, you know, seeing a rival gang member and it was just on sight. You take flight on them wherever you're at, you know, no matter what the trouble was, you know, and going to juvenile hall all the way up to prison. And it led to a lot of bad stuff in my life. I was a part of it since I was a kid, since I was 12 years old, all the way up to, you know, 30. Just, you know, a couple of years back, I decided to leave it. I mean, it was a waste of my life, like, and there was nothing to show for it. Instead of being in prison, you know, that's the only thing to show for it. But who's happy about that? You know, there was just a lot of disappointment in my family, my mother, my father, everything that I've done about being in the gang and being a part of it and just being all about it. You know, I didn't care about anybody else but myself. I grew up on the Spanish colony. That was my neighborhood. We'd hang out over there, you know, party down in the middle of the street, bonfires, you know, playing music till 2, 3 in the morning, getting drunk. You know, that's where we hung around. I knew a couple other homies from across the tracks, from the Dartha Center. You know, we'd go over there and party with them, hang around over there, cruise up and down 10th Street when it was a thing back when I was younger. You know, get into stuff out there in the middle of 10th Street. You know, the Island Grove Park. You know, we'd hang out over there, barbecues. You know, do crazy stuff over there when they had cruises over there going on. There was one time when I was at the park with, you know, a couple of my homies, you know, and we were barbecuing and some rival gang members showed up. We started a fight and I ended up getting shot. And in front of my mom and my dad and my little brothers. And it was pretty messed up. You know, I wasn't proud of it. So I've been in that. I've been ran over in a couple of gang fights. You know, I've been ran over, been jumped, you know, stabbed. I mean, all that stuff you can think about being in a gang. I've been through it all. I ended up in the hospital. Luckily, it was bird shots, so it did damage, but not really bad damage. All the years I spent in prison and county jail and juvenile hall, seeing my mother hurting, you know, it made her sad that her older son was in prison and always locked up, or getting hurt on the streets, or hurting somebody else, or you know, just doing stupid stuff. It hurt her pretty bad, and happened to go drive out to prison to see me all the time. It took a toll on her, and it was bad. It costed me my childhood. It costed me, not being able to provide for my family, for being always incarcerated or behind bars. It costed me freedom, a lot of freedom. When I went to prison, it did follow me in there. In prison, there's the rival gang members a lot more, so I was constantly always fighting in there, defending myself, getting jumped, it putting in work, basically is what it's called, and I ended up doing most of my time in there because I was always fighting. I didn't get to, any good time or any of that, chances of doing anything because I was always getting into stuff. I've been into, there was a time where another North Daniel showed up in prison, and he got hit up by the rival gang members, and he said he wasn't banging, so it was my job to take him off, and told him he had to cover up his tattoos by the end of the day or it was going to be worse. I have no worries with being in a gang anymore, or somebody coming breaking my windows or hurting my family, coming by and shooting at my house and hitting one of my kids. Like, I don't worry about that no more. It's a lot of weight off my shoulders. I'm happy. I have 5 kids, and I take them out camping. I take them to the Royal Gorge and stuff like that. I do a lot of stuff that I didn't get to do with my family, my mother and my father, when I was younger. So I try to do that now, and I'm trying to show my kids the lowrider life. And my little son, he likes rims. Every time he sees a rim, man, it lightens him up. He gets excited. He likes to clean the wheels and be out there with me, man, and it makes me happy. I try to be a good father. I work, lowriders, that's my passion now. I enjoy it, it's my life now. It's changed me a lot. I have my car clubs called Legacy Lows, and it was my dad's club back in '89, and he gave it to me to do something with it. So I decided to bring it up to the rest of my family members that had lowriders, and we got it together. We want to help people. We want to, bring in other people that are not family and make them family. Make them welcome them as family, and help them out with their cars, and just be a part of something. Give back to the community, car shows and toy drives and stuff like that. That's what we want to do. I look forward to, I want to buy another house. I bought my first house 6 months ago, and it's crazy, man. I never thought in a million years I'd buy a house. It's a life-changing, and that's what I want to keep doing. I want to keep, I got 5-6 cars that I own that I never thought in a million years I'd own either. I want to keep pushing forward. I want to keep, providing for my family, and hopefully get a bigger house and make this car club more worldwide is what I want to shoot for. So just involving a lot of people, that's what I want. I love Greeley because I grew up here. I know a lot of people, and I just want to see it be a better place. I want to see it, where people don't talk down on Greeley and say bad stuff. I want to be able to, oh yeah, Greeley's a nice place. You can go over there and it's nice. There's a lot of stuff to do over there, instead of putting us down and try to say, it's a gang city. Yeah, it used to be, not no more. Nobody wants to do that no more. So I want to see a change. I want to see better, places or stuff to do around here. Make it better. I would say, don't be scared, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth being in prison. It's not worth going through that. It's not worth putting your family through it. You lose a lot from being in a gang and being involved in that. There's a lot of help out there to anybody that's wanting to get out of it. It took me a very long time, but I did it. I decided to change my life around because of my family. I didn't want to do it no more. I didn't want the stress. I didn't want being locked up anymore and wasting my years in prison. I wanted to change. I wanted to do something different. I'm part of the change, and I want to encourage everybody in the community to be a part of this. It's amazing what's happening right now. It's amazing. It changed my life, and it can change everybody else's life also.
Changes. It is time to make changes.
Together, we can be the change.
Change starts with us.
Starts with us.
With us. With us. With us.
Change begins with me.
Begins with me. Right here, right now.
Together, we can be that change.
Improving our community takes effort from me and you. Together, we can make 2021 the year of changes.
Because change starts with us. Let us be the change.
Be the change for us.
It's time for changes.